Alright, today's a pretty long book. It's the world famous Nursery Rhymes Volume 2. Looks like about 40 pages, so sit back and snuggle in and get ready. This is from BillyBogglesworth.com from the inside of the book cover there. But of course, I'm still on the same website I get most of my books from. It's freebooks.org. Down in the description. Check it out. The first one is Hush-a-bye Baby. Hush-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle and all. This next one here is Sing a Song of Sixpence. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was open, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before a king? The king is in the counting house, the counting is money. The queen was in the parlor eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden hanging out the clothes, when down came a blackbird and pecked off her nose. Alright, this next one is Rub-a-dub-dub. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. And who do you think they be? A butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. They all jumped out of a rotten potato. Turn 'em out and knives all 3. This next one here is Little Tom Tucker. Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. What shall he eat? White bread and butter? How will he cut it without a knife? How can he marry without her wife? This next one is Georgie Porgy. Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie kissed all the girls and made 'em cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. Sorry about that. That was Honey Dog. She's a little flappy here today. This next one up here is I saw a ship a-sailing. I saw a ship a-sailing on the sea. And oh, it was all laden with pretty things for thee. There were comfits in the cabin, and apples on the hold. The sails were all of silk, and the masts were made of gold. The 24 sailors stood between the decks, were 24 white mice with chains around their necks. The captain was a duck with a pack on his back, and when the ship began to move, the captain said, "Quack, quack." These are classics. This next one here is Little Tommy Tittlemouse. Little Tommy Tittlemouse lived in a little house. He caught fish in other men's ditches. That was a short and quick one. This next one is Dame Trot. Dame Trot and her cat sat down for a chat. The dame sat on his side, and the puss sat on that. "Puss," said the dame, "can you catch a rat or a mouse in the dark?" "Purr," said the cat. This next one is There was an old woman. There was an old woman who tossed up in a basket 99 times as high as the moon, and where she was going I couldn't but ask, for in her hand she carried a broom. "Old woman, old woman, old woman," quo' I, "oh whither, oh whither, oh whither so high? To sweep the cobwebs off the sky. Shall I go with you? Ah, bye-bye." Oh, this next one is a full page. Boys and girls come out to play. Boys and girls come out to play. The moon doth shine bright as day. Leave your supper, leave your sleep, and join your playfellows in the street. Come with a whoop, and come with a call. Come with good or not at all. Up a ladder, down the wall, half a penny loaf will serve us all. You'll find milk, and I'll find flour, and we'll have pudding in half an hour. Tom he was a piper's son. Tom he was a piper's son. He learned to play when he was young, but only the tune that he could play was over the hill and far away. Now Tom with his pipe didn't play with such a skill. Those who heard him could never keep still. When they heard, they started to dance. Even pigs on their hind legs would, after a prance. Jack Sprat is the next one up. Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. And so betwixt them both, you'll see, they licked their platter clean. Now this next one is the north wind doth blow. The north wind doth blow, and shall we have snow? And what will poor Robin do then? Poor thing, he'll sit in a barn and keep himself warm and hide his head under his wing. Poor thing. This next one is fiddle-dee-dee. Fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dee, the fly shall marry the humble bee. They went to church and married was she. The fly has married the humble bee. Fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dee. This next one is Dickory Dickory Dock. Dickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, and the mouse ran down. Dickory Dickory Dock. 3 young rats. 3 young rats with black felt hats. 3 young ducks with white straw flats. 3 young dogs with curling tails. 3 young cats with dimmy veils. Went out on a walk with 2 young pigs in satin vests and sorrel wigs. But suddenly it changed to rain, so they all went home again. This next one is Pussycat Sit by the Fire. Pussycat sits by the fire, how shall she be fair? In walks a little dog, says, Pussy, are you there? How do you do, Mistress Pussy? Mistress Pussy, how do you do? I thank you kindly, little dog, I fare well, as you. This next one is Ring-a-ring-a-rosies. I'm sure you all have heard of this one. Ring-a-ring-a-rosies, a pocket full of posies, a tish, a tissue, we all fall down. This next one is Cock Robin. Who killed Cock Robin? I said the sparrow. With my bow and arrow, I killed Cock Robin. Who saw him die? I, said the fly. With my little eye, I saw him die. Who'll dig his grave? I, said the owl. With my little trowel, I'll dig his grave. Who will be the parson's? I, said the rock. With my little book, it shall be the parson. Who'll toll the bell? I, said the bull, because I can pull, I toll the bell. All the birds of the air fell a sighing and a sobbing when they heard of his death, of poor Cock Robin. Okay, this next one up is good old Some Mice Went into the Barn to Spin. Some mice went to the barn to spin. Puss came by and popped her head in. Shall I come and help you cut off your threads? Oh no, Miss Puss, you might snap off our heads. This next one here is Hey Diddle Dickety. Hey diddle dinkety, poppet pet, poppety pet. The merchants of London, they wear scarlet, silk, and a collar and gold in the hem. So merrily marriage the merchant men. Next one here is Baby Bunting. Bye, Baby Bunting. The father has gone to hunting to fetch a little bunny skin to wrap the baby bunting in. This next one is, let's see here. I had a little hen. I had a little hen, the prettiest ever seen. She washed the dishes, and she kept the house clean. She went to the mill to fetch me some flour. She brought it home in less than an hour. She baked my bread, she brewed my ale, sat by the fire and told me many fine a tale. This next one here is Little Jenny Wren. Little Jenny Wren fell sick upon a time. In came Robin Redbreast and brought her cake and wine. Eat well your cake, Jenny, drink well your wine. Thank you, Robin, kindly you shall be mine. Jenny got well and stood upon her feet, and told Robin plainly she loved him not a bit. Robin was angry, hopped on a twig, saying, Out upon you, fie upon you, bold-faced jig. Some salty robins there. Alright, this next one here is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. This is a classic one. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. In the dark blue sky you keep, often through my curtains peep. For you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light, twinkle, twinkle, all the night. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark. How could he see where to go if you did not twinkle so? That was a good one. This one here is the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day, the Knave of Hearts. He stole those tarts and took them clean away. The King of Hearts called for those tarts, and beat the knave full score. The Knave of Hearts brought back those tarts, and vowed he'd steal no more. Oh, look at this, another classic. Little Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep, and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone, and they'll come home, winging their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep, and dreamt she heard them bleating. When she awoke, 'twas a joke, for they were still a-fleeting. And then upon her little crook, determined to find them, she found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they had left their trails behind them. It happened one day, as Bo Peep did astray into the meadow hard by, then she espied their tails side by side, all hung to a tree to dry. This next one here is I Had a Little Nut Tree. I had a little nut tree, nothing would bear but a silver nutmeg and a gold pear. The King of Spain's daughter came to visit me, and all was because of my little nut tree. This next one up is There was an old woman. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she did not know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, and whipped them all soundly and sent them to bed. This next one up is Three Blind Mice. Three blind mice, see how they run. They all run after the farmer's wife, who'll cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a thing in your life as 3 blind mice? And up next we have Handy Pandy. Handy Pandy Jack-a-dandy loved plum cake and sugar candy. He brought some at the grocer's store, and out came hop, hop, hop. Oh, look, Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. And so the teacher turned it out, but it still lingered near, and waited patiently till Mary did appear. What makes the lamb love me so? The eager children cry. Why Mary loves the lamb, you know it's a reason why. Silly. Alright, this next one is Wynken, Blanken, and Nod. Wynken, Blanken, and Nod one night sailed off in a wooden shoe, sailed off on a river in a crystal light, into a sea of dew. Where are you going? Where do you wish? The old moon asked the 3. We have to come to fish for herring fish. They live in this beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold we have, said Winkle, Winkle, and Nod. This next one here is Ding Dong Bell. Ding Dong Bell, pussy in the well. Who put her in? Little Johnny Green. Who pulled her out? Little Tommy Stout. What a naughty boy was that, who tried to drown poor Pussycat. Who did ever any harm, but killed the mice on his father's barn? This next one here is When good King Arthur ruled this land. When good King Arthur ruled this land, he was a godly king. He stole 3 pecks of barley meal to make a bag of pudding. A bag of pudding the king did make, and stuffed it with all plum, and in it put the great lumps of fat, as big as my 2 thumbs. The king and queen did eat thereof, the noblemen beside, and what could not eat that night, the queen next morning fried. Oh, sorry, went backwards. This next one here is Come Let's to Bed. Come let's to bed, said Sleepyhead. Tarry a while, said Slow. Put on the pan, says Greedy Nan. We'll sup before we go. This next one here is Old Mother Hubbard. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone, but when she got there the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. She went to the baker's to buy him some bread. When she came back, the poor dog was dead. She went to the joiner's to buy him a coffin, but when she came back, the poor dog was laughing. She took a clean dish to get him some tripe. When she came back, he was smoking a pipe. She went to the alehouse to get him some beer. She came back, the dog sat in her chair. She went to the tavern for a wine and wine, but when she came back, the dog stood on his head. She went to the hatter's to buy him a hat, but when she came back, he was feeding the cat. The dame made curtsy, the dog made a bow. The dame said, "Your servant," the dog said, "Bow wow." Well, this next one is Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo, my dame lost her shoe. My master has lost his fiddle and does not know what to do. Cock-a-doodle-doo. My dame has found her shoe, and my master has found his fiddlestick. Sing doodle-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo, my name will dance with you, while master fiddles his fiddling stick for the dame doodle-doo. believe this is the last and final one, folks. This is Goosey Goosey Gander. Goosey Goosey Gander, where shall I wander? Upstairs, downstairs, my lady chamber? There I met an old man who wouldn't say his prayers, so I took him by his left leg and threw him down the stairs. And that's the end. This one was a little lengthy. It looks like about 20-something minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of those. Some of them were a little strange, old time. But yeah, all in all, looks like a pretty good time. And this has been Ron. Hope you guys have a great time.